Hello everyone, this is Genius Yoshi, and today we are building the lamp deck. Yes, I'm calling it the lamp because it's all about the lamp and genies and Jafars, because if you have a Jafar in play, it's a draw 2 spell off of an item that you can have set before. That's almost as good as Friends on the Other Side. If you have a genie in play, you get to bounce a character. Actually, you have to bounce a character that costs 4 or less. And if you can get both of these effects together, you get a super efficient tempo item that gives you a bunch of card advantage, which is really great. So we're going to be trying to make that deck work, so we'll start with 4 copies of the lamp. Next up, we need to find some Jafars. So what are the Jafars available? Well, there's Big Bad Striking Illusionist. We'll be playing 4 copies of him, because, well, the lamp draws some cards, so why not? Everyone fears this card. Well, look at the serpents, snakes, magical illusions. They're strikingly scary for your opponent. Awesome on your side of the battlefield. And, well, awesome for your opponent too, to be honest. Alright, so what are the Jafars? Well, we have access to the 2/5 Challenger. Meh, I'll pass. We have access to a 3-drop 2 Quester that allows you to control the top of your deck. That's interesting. Let's play a full playset. And the Jafar that becomes arbitrarily big based on the amount of cards you have in hand. We'll be playing a full playset as well. So I have a 3-drop, 4-drop, big shift target style Jafars. Alright. So next, we need some genies. What are the genies that are available? Well, there's 2. There's the 2-drop, 2/2 quest for 2. And there's the 3/5. Whenever he quests, you may essentially sacrifice it back to your deck to draw 3 cards. Again, card draw goes with the Jafar, but it's really, we're playing the genies and Jafar deck to play the lamp, and these are genies and Jafars available, so they make the cut. Okay. So what does that give us? It gives us an uninkable 2-drop, 4-drop, and an actually slightly decent curve. So now we need to think, where are we going with this? Well, I'm quite interested to try the Mama Odie package. So let's go and add some Mama Odie. Sort by card number ascending. So I can find cards by set. Where is Mama? There she is. Mama Odie 1/3. Whenever we play a song, we put a card from the top of our deck into our inkwell face down. So that's pretty nice. Which means we need to play some songs. And the first song that comes to mind, well, we're playing Big Jafar, we're playing Mama Odie. So let's play the one song to rule them all, Friends on the Other Side, which is right here. Just draw 2 cards and trigger our abilities. In particular, this card is fantastic with Mama Odie. We also have another really good song that got added that's fantastic with Mama Odie. And it might have gone to the radar, but It Calls Me. It's a cantrip. Just a song for 1 draw card. And you also have the added benefit of putting some cards from your opponent's discard back into their deck. If you do that a couple of times, you can start to dilute the opponent's chances to draw something good, and kind of give them either a bunch of uninkables or early game cards that won't do much in the late game. But really, this triggers Jafars, this triggers Mama Odie, it's inkable. It's kind of what we want. Alright, so we have an inkable source. We're inking extra cards with Mama Odie. Let's look at our early game. And in terms of early game, when we're playing these ink types, maybe we should look at ink cost. So let's look at our 1-drops. There's not anything overly great in terms of 1-drops. There's Maleficent, but it's not what we're trying to do. This is more of a mid-range style deck. I've considered going the item route with Popsicles, and here on Flaversham in particular, we can eat up the magic lamps if we don't have anything else to do with them. But I really want to activate the magic lamps. So I'm going to go the ramping route with some Gramma Talas. In particular, Gramma Tala goes really well with the new one, Gramma Tala, Spirit of the Ocean, Whenever we ink a card, we gain a lore. So we're going to go Tala into Tala and leveraging Mama Odie with a bunch of different songs to make that happen. Which means we need a few more songs. And in terms of songs, we're going to go with Let It Go. Because Let It Go is a prime removal spell for the ink style, and we did need a bit of removal. And One Jump Ahead. We'll be playing 2 copies of One Jump Ahead. It tends to get stuck in your hand later on, but it's very powerful if you have it early on. So 2 copies feel like the right amount. And now we have 4 friends, 4 Let It Go, 4 It Calls Me, 2 One Jump Ahead, 0 Faithful Pet, and accidental click. And well, that's 14 songs with a bunch of draw, which is pretty good, and deck manipulation with Jafar. Speaking of deck manipulation, if we're going to be playing the big Gramma Tala, there's a new one that's actually pretty good. We have the last one, Keeper of Ancient Stories. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, the other one at the bottom. So you have a Develop Your Brain style ability on Gramma Tala. So we have a lot of card selection to try to get to our magic lamp. We have some nice endgame with Gramma Tala Jafar. We have Let It Go for removal. We have Ramp like there's no tomorrow. My biggest problem with this is we don't have a very good early game to kind of prevent our opponent from taking over. So what can we do about it? Well, we don't have cheap removal spells available. But one thing that we do have is the good old Olaf Madam Mim Fox. So I'm really putting the Olafs there so I can bounce them back with Madam Mim Fox. But Madam Mim Fox does have some other cards that can go well with, in particular with Gramma Tala, Keeper of Ancient Stories, getting that triggered ability a second time, protecting our Genie, Cramped, and Lamp, and just bouncing back other Madam Mim Foxes, so you can kind of Madam Mim Fox, Madam Mim Fox, Madam Mim Fox, and do some fun stuff with that. Healing a big character, I'm not sure. I don't really need to explain just how powerful Madam Mim Fox is, and she fits a hole into our curve. So now we have 1/1 drop, pair of 2 drops, and some nice 2 drops options, 3, 4, and late game, which I think gives us a well-balanced curve. One problem is we're at 62 cards, so if we're looking to trim, let's trim a Jafar here and a Gramma Tala. Now that we've added the Olafs, I feel a bit more comfortable making a small cut here, which brings us to an even 60 cards. And all that remains is to see the power of the magic lamp. Can it make our 3 wishes happen? Win, win, win. Well, let's find out in a game coming right up. We are playing against Amber Steel. Let's see if we can get some magic out of our lamp. Going first, we have a Mama Odie, Jafar Genie, friends on the other side. Actually, that's pretty solid hand. We have a nice turn 2, 3 into a nice song, which will ramp us. Let's keep that. Alright, well, we'll ink a Jafar early on and pass the turn back to our opponent. Opponent inks a Rise of the Titan and opens up with a Bayou. Since we're going to Mama Odie on turn 3 and we have another Jafar, might as well ink the Lamp Thief and open up with a Captive of the Lamp. Opponent fires the cannon, takes it out. Quite unfortunate. Fired a cannon. Haven't seen that card in a while. Our Genie was cramped and lamped and couldn't dodge. Here we're gonna ink our Madam Mim and go Mama Odie. Mama Odie. allowing us to ramp quite a bit if she stays alive, which she does not right now, thanks to her opponent smashing her down. Guess it's one more advantage to Mickey. Find another genie. We're gonna ink this one. Do we land Jafar or do we go Mama Odie again? I think we go Jafar. Let's be ink efficient. And then next turn we have that option of just Mama Odie and Sing Friends on the other side. Can't remove this and negate her effect. You can still remove Mama Odie. But we'll have at least one trigger. Opponent lands a Lantern. Do we see a shifted Queen? No, we see Queen questing for 1. We do have Jafar at 4 power, so Jafar can take out the Bayou. Which I'm a fan of in this situation. So I'm going to ink a card. Take out the Bayou before I play the next one and weaken Jafar too much. And land Mama Odie. I have to be careful with that Jafar, because his power is equal to the number of cards in hand, and if our card count goes too low, well, Jafar becomes a defensive Zeus with no power. Opponent sacrifices their Queen, fires the cannon. Well, alright. When you have an odd hand, you made the odd move. So we'll resolve another Mama Odie and get a Sing, draw 2 cards, ramp 2 cards, and that'll be our turn. So we now have the big Gramma Tala as well as Daddy Jafar in hand. Opponent lands another Bayou. And we find ourselves a magic lamp. The lamp is going to allow us to draw some cards off of the big Jafar, so let's land him. And we can quest with the Mama Odie. Big Jafar. So when people are afraid, it's going to break the metagame. Well, it's still a decent card. Find another magic lamp. Alright, let's revise the lamp. When we have Jafar, Jafar draws us cards. So we can draw a lot of cards, gain a lot of lore. Let's go for that. Magic lamp number 1. Draw some cards, gain some lore, find another lamp. Should we be gaining lore? Oh, well, Jafar needs to be exerted. My bad. Let's take out the Bayou. Read your cards, genius Yoshi. Read your cards. As Jafar needs to be exerted to draw the cards. So we'll do so this time. With the power of Magic Lamp. Draw 2. We find a Gramma. We'll play Gramma Tala. And that'll be it for this turn. Our opponent is struggling this game, which gives us the opportunity to just spam our cards, really. We find a genie. In this case, I'm going to land a Gramma Tala. Just hard cast it. Which allows us to gain 1 lore anytime we sing a song, anytime we ink a card. So we're gonna ink Gramma Tala number 4, 5, I'm not sure how many. We can, let's review, whenever you play a song. Well, one jump ahead, but we're actually 3 jump ahead. Because we get a Gramma Tala, and our Mother Gramma Tala is going to gain 3 pips of lore off of that ability. And we'll quest with the gang. Generating obscene amounts of lore with our high-powered characters. Ah, there she is. Gramma, Tala, Spirit of the Ocean. Opponents grabs their sword, takes out our small Gramma, Talas. Unfortunate. But it doesn't really change much. Can play our Genie. Play Magic Lamp. We'll draw 2. Triggering Jafar. We get 2 lore. And finish this item. It's a character with 4 less, so we can't bounce anything. Is it optional? Am I forced to bounce my Genie back? Let's double check the lamp. If you have a character named Genie in play, return chosen character. Alright, it's not optional. It's a good time to learn that lesson, I must say. I'll land Genie again. But mistakes were made. And we'll pass the turn back to our opponent. So it's 4 or less. And it's mandatory. No! Jafar goes down in the face of Tinkerbell. We can let it go. Send her away. And we're winning by inking a card. Oops. Wrong trigger. And we'll win by inking a card. There we have it. A bit of an overkill, but displays kind of power of our deck when things get rolling and we don't misread cards. We are playing against Sapphire Steel. We have Jafar, Gramma, Tala, pair of small Gramma, Talas, 1 jump ahead, another big Gramma, Tala, and friends on the other side. Going first, this is an interesting hand, so let's keep it. Let's open up by inking that Mama Gramma, Tala, passing the turn back. Ooh, Popsicle. Tasty opening card from our opponent. As we land the dreaded turn 2 Gramma, Tala. Just telling us a story. Opponent replies with a card of the same. So we find a Mama Odie. That's a very nice pickup. It's going to force us to ink our Jafar. Land Mama Odie. And then we get a sing, 1 jump ahead. Mama Odie triggers, we get to ink an extra card off of the song. Oh, mamas. Actually, it's a mama and a grandma. But by definition, grandma is the double mama. So my statement stands. Mama Odie brings us to 5 ink. And the opponent is going to hopefully struggle to catch up. Opponent trades with our Gramma, Tala, which is unfortunate because we were about to shift Spirit of the Ocean, which would have been really nice. Now we're going to be forced to hardcast her. Gonna ink that smaller Gramma, Tala and land Gramma, Tala, Spirit of the Ocean. And we're gonna have some fun with that. Because anytime we sing song off of Mama Odie triggers, we ink a card, Gramma, Tala triggers, we gain the lore. And I'm extremely proud of that 1 lore that was just gained by a somewhat cool combo of Gramma Mama. That just lined up. And now we have a Jafar, as well as another song that draws us a card, which would trigger Gramma, Tala and Jafar for added bonus awesomeness. Except we need Jafar to be exerted. Bit of a downside. Opponent inks Tinkerbell. And lands Cogsworth. Which means that Winnie can get a free hit on Mama Odie. No damage, thanks to its resistance. And we find Let It Go. That goes a nice song. For now, I think we just want to begin with It Calls Me. Pick up a card, Mama Odie triggers. We ink something. We can Let It Go on Winnie, but that feels like overkill. So for 7, we can either Genie Madam Mim or straight up Jafar. I think the straight up Jafar is more threatening. Landing our striking Illusionist. Opponent doesn't have much power to speak of, so we're gonna quest with Spirit of the Ocean and move the highlight to our striking Illusionist. So we're making use of all that RAM. And then along came Zeus, just getting rid of it before I get to highlight it. Alright, nice Illusionist, nice snakes, now it's dead. Thanks to the power of that steel removal spell. Just a big bang lightning bolt. Is that the one? Olympus would be that way. No, the other side. It's the one where Zeus throws the lightning at the Titans. There it is. And then along came Zeus. One lands a Flaversham, eats popsicles. Alright, alright. Well, Flaversham's a bit threatening. I'm not sure it's worth a Let It Go. I could sing it though. Well, I think I'd rather just take out Winnie. Could take out Winnie with Madam Mim. Or maybe just go slow. Go with Gramma Tala. See what we can find. We can find another Gramma Tala. Let's keep on drawing some cards. Maybe you land Genie. Genie draws us some cards. Yeah, let's land another Gramma Tala. Ooh, it calls me. Friends on the other side is just stronger. Let's sing it. Sing it with Gramma Tala. Let's protect Mama Odie, which gives us one more card into the ink pile. And we have a double Madam Mim shenanigans at the ready. I do like keeping a Jafar in case we top deck into a magic lamp, so that'll be the end of our turn. The deck draws a lot of cards. We get to see a lot of cards, we get to draw a lot of cards, we get to put a lot of them into the ink pile. All the fun stuff you like to do with a mid-range type deck. Ooh, opponent lands their own copy of Gramma Tala, Spirit of Winter. Spirit of the Ocean, sorry. Let me know in the comments below, which one do you prefer? Elsa, Spirit of Winter, or Gramma Tala, Spirit of the Ocean? I'm not sure why, but they're both spirits. Are they spirits? Floodboard Mentor. Almost sounds like monster, if I'm not looking close enough. Flowersham draws some cards, as the toy maker loves to do by eating up that Fishborn Quill, which has served its purpose, maybe. I'm not sure I was paying enough attention. Well, being eaten by Flaversham gives it purpose. Winnie inks, which means Gramma, spirit of the ocean, gets a bit more lore. And we find Let It Go. Alright, well, what do I want to play this turn? I want to go Madam Mim, pick up Mama Odie, take out Winnie. Madam Mim, pick up Madam Mim. And I can take out Flaversham with that shenanigans. And I can keep my Madam Mims healthy, which means I want to spend at least 9 on Madam Mims, which means I want to Let It Go, which I need to do first before I bring back Mama Odie. So Let It Go. Gramma is going to sing, and Gramma is going to go. Mama Odie triggers. 1 more to the ink, 1 more to the lore. And now we bounce Odie back. Go after Winnie. And it's the Madam Mim Wombo combo of the year. Ready, just keep on hitting Flavershams. Final quest with the other remaining Grammatalas. I'll pass the turn. New meta, Madam Mim. Wait, the meta is Madam Mim, or was Madam Mim during the entire Rise of Floodborn? Not inventing something new here? I guess not. But it's nice to just chain them together. Especially with Cogsworth keeping these high willpower characters that don't have enough power. Here I think we just quest with everything. Can land Genie, Jafar, Odie. Take out the beast. Seems good. Genie, Jafar, Odie. Let It Go. Let It Go. Gramma loves singing that song. Again, she's a spirit, and the Spirit of Winter loves singing Let It Go, so why wouldn't she? Then we'll quest with our other characters, and pass the turn back. Next turn, we can Jafar on top of Jafar and sacrifice our Genie to draw some cards. Although now, if you look at the board and cards in hand and lore, we are so far ahead that we can do pretty much anything we like. So we will do things we like. Then along came Zeus. Opponent takes out our Jafar, preventing us from doing the Jafar shenanigans. Opponent takes out our Genie. It's almost like the opponent knows what we're up to. Alright, if that's how you want to play it, I'm going to land another Mega Gramma Tala. I'm going to quest. And I was going to ink a card to win it by inking, but our opponent just doesn't have anything left to play and resigns. As we've shown, just powerful synergies of the deck. We are playing against Steel Ruby, using our Magic Lamp deck. We have a lamp, we have a Mama Odie, pair of Grammas, small Gramma Tala, and a bunch of songs. I do like that hand. Going second's the downside, but we can't all go first all the time. First of all, it just wouldn't work. And second of all, well, it would first of all like that. I'm not sure I need a second. Ooh, Mr. Smee to the ink. Interesting. Gonna ink the 7-drop Gramma Tala. Our game plans to land Mama Odie. Whenever we play a song, put the top card of our deck into the ink. Things are getting a little dicey here, as we keep on drawing non-inkable cards. Do I land the Magic Lamp? I think I do. I'll keep the Gramma Tala. I'd rather play the Gramma Tala, but Gramma Tala is my only real inkable that I can get rid of. I care more about the friends on the other side. Opponent goes Agrabah. Smee Agrabah. Now I really regret not playing that Gramma. As we find a Madam Mim. There we go, Mama Odie enters the battlefield. Mr. Smee. At the end of your turn, if it's exerted and you don't have a captain, he takes damage. So it's really just a 3/3 beater. Sitting on the battlefield. As the opponent lands some pretty big location with the RLS Legacy in Agrabah. I think we have to sing Friends. Sing Friends? Trigger Mama Odie. Get one more card to the ink pile. One jump ahead is quite tempting here, as we'd get 2 ink for that amount. The other option is to land a Genie. Yeah, we can land a Genie and bounce Mr. Smee. That actually sounds like a good plan. Alright, so we'll lane Jafar, and we'll use that magic lamp that we've set up earlier. Magic lamp, activate. With a Genie on the battlefield, we get to bounce Mr. Smee. Protecting our Mama Odie. One's gonna use that Mr. Smee for a secondary purpose of inking it. And lands Jim. Landing the Jolly Roger. Is that a pirate? No. Storyborn hero. Jolly Roger. Characters gain rush. Okay. Okay. So Mama Odie did not survive. Well, we need to start tackling these locations. And we need to start doing that now, really. So I think we have to let it go on Jim. The other option is we use Genie, hit Agrabah, Madam Mim, bounce back Genie. I think we'll keep that for next turn. Let it go for now. Goodbye, Jim. And we will poke Agrabah, the weakest one of them. Unfortunately, friends on the other side is going to go away for now. Man, that's a lot of lore. Mono red locations. One goes Razul. Storyborn ally captain. But with the ability to just pay 2 and give rush to anything, it's quite interesting. Alright, stats on our Genie 3/5. Still decent stats. As we find ourselves a Jafar. Well, we have to take out some of those locations. So Genie is going to go and take out Agrabah. And then what? Then we Jafar. Jafar with 4 power. Do we Madam Mim exchange it? We can't take out anything if we do so. So I think we just hardcast 1 jump ahead. That way next turn at least we can Genie bounce back the Genie for Madam Mim. Opponent goes to 14. 12? Oh, Jolly Roger doesn't have any pips of lore. Good, good. We are not completely dead. Just partially. Partially dead. Opponent lands a Stitch. That died too quickly for me to look at its stats, so we're going to look at it over here. Stitch Little Rocket, 3/1 rush. Well, he did just that. Little Rocket. Alright, well, Jafar is going to hit the RLS Legacy. We're going to bounce back Jafar using Madam Mim Fox and take it out. No more lore for you, opponent. Not off of this. And let's land the Genie to follow it up. the animation, you gain 0 lore. Has me scared every time. Whole new world. I kind of wish I'd played the Jafar now, but it's hard casted, so we're in fine shape now. Opponent can place, well, opponent can't really play something to rush. Although, Jolly Roger, your pirates can move here for free. Is Mr. Smee a pirate? It is. Smee could have traded with Madam Mim Fox. Alright. Alright. So you have a Genie. You have a Jafar. What we need is some magic lamps. So let's go with Gramma Tala and dig a little bit. We find friends of the other on the other side and it calls me. We can keep Calls Me as it's a cheaper song. And we do have some Songs Matter type of ability. Take out the Jolly Roger. That threat of rushing is problematic. Opponent's on steel, so there's a high probability of be prepared or grab your sword. So we're going to land a small Gramma Tala. And it calls me. Send some card from your discard pile back into your deck. I'm not too scared of Agrabah, Stitch, or Razul at this point. So I'm going to send those back. And I should probably ink a small Genie. Pass the turn back. But we need a big Jafar. Jim Hawkins coming in again. Always on location with the RSS Legacy. It's a scary card, that Space Traveler. We need one of our big shifting characters here. And Agrabah as well. As Smee goes for Madam Mim Fox. I assume so. Opponent does not go for the trade. Alright, well, we're gonna take out these locations. Ideally in an efficient way. We can 4+1, 5. And we don't have enough to deal with the RSS Legacy. I think we do take out Agrabah. Pretty comfortable with that choice. Do I try to dig up something? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's Gramma Tala and dig. Find garbage. Let's pick up It Calls Me again. Slen another Jafar, just having more pressure on the battlefield. Oh, and there's the Gramma Tala we were looking for. Now we're out of ink. Well, we need to start questing too. We don't really have any good questers, so let's just go after the RLS Legacy. Ink ourselves a small Genie again. And pass the turn back. 14, 16, 18, potentially for our opponent. We're in a bad spot. Not gonna lie. Captain Hook. And opponent cycles the hand yet again. But we need a big Jafar so that if the opponent plays a whole new world, we completely destroy them on ink. We haven't been drawing one. Which means that our probability of drawing into a big Jafar is pretty high. Nottingham. Nothing to see there. And Maui. The big bouncer is coming in. Takes out our Genie. And Smee goes to quest. 16. Scary things. Problem is we're really, really far from the 20 lore necessary to win. Did I say really enough? Probably not. Pick up another small Genie. All right, well, on the bright side, we do have a Madam Mim Fox. So we can... Madam Mim Fox hits Nottingham. Madam Mim Fox bounce back Madam Mim Fox. Go after the RLS Legacy, I think. Let's see. We can ping it with Jafar. So let's... Too many things to take out. So little cards. We can shift our Gramma Tala, which is interesting at this point. We do need to take out these threats. As a 3-3, I think I'm going to be sending a Gramma Tala into Mr. Squee. We need to take out the RLS Legacy first. So I guess we do this. We shift Gramma Tala. Can also ink Genie. Land the Genie. And I want Gramma Tala to hit here, this Gramma Tala to hit there. You can take out Maui, which means that we take out locations with these two characters. And then we go with massive trades. Mr. Smee goes out with Gramma Tala. Maui goes out with Jafar. And Gramma Tala just deals with Jim Hawkins. And that's matchmakers. And we'll pass the turn back to our opponent, who no longer has a threatening board position. And we now have the Spirit of the Ocean, Gramma Tala, on the battlefield. John Silver. 10-10 for ink count. 32-22 for deck counts, which are starting to become relevant at this point. As there's another Maui. Takes out our Gramma Tala. I tell ya. It's not good. Now Hook could have taken out something. Decides not to. Alright, well, we gotta take out that Maui. And then the opponent can quest for 3. So I want a low quester to go hit that Maui. Probably Gramma Tala, since Madam Mim has slightly more stats. I can go Mama Odie. Get a bit more ink when it calls me. Draw card, and opponent can have Nottingham's not too scary, Jolly Roger, and Agrabah. All the lower HP ones. We get to ink another card. Then for 6. What have we got for 6? Can go with an Olaf. You just go for mass characters. Alright, let's start with a Gramma Tala. You can find a big Jafar. Let's pick it up. And then just land a pair of Olafs. And quest with the crew. Seven, 10, 12. I don't think that Gramma Tala is going to be overly useful. So let's incur in case we hit some more draw spells. And can close out the game with our striking Illusionist Jafar. Opponent can quest the 19 this turn. Lands an Agrabah. Lands Nottingham. Like Jack Bauer used to say in 24, we are running out of time. We might need some striking illusions to get us out of this. We find a magic lamp. Magic lamp is going to draw some cards off of Jafar, so let's land Jafar. Let's land the lamp. Lamp for 2, drawing 2 cards. Gaining 2 lore off of Jafar. Oops, Jafar needs to be exerted. My mistake. Keep on making that mistake. We can quest for 6, which is not helpful. We can't quite reach a Let It Go. Anything can sing it? No, nothing can sing it. Should not have played Jafar. Alright, well. Gonna do what you can do when you're faced with a wall. Just try to even up the score as best you can, pass the turn, and essentially resign in style. As the opponent wins the game, we couldn't quite make it in the face of so many locations, and Jim Hawking is doing a great job there. I hope that you've enjoyed this video featuring the lamp, and Jafar, and Gramma Tala, and lots of cool stuff that can happen. Especially, we've seen just how powerful the deck is once the deck starts rolling. We did have some games where the opponents didn't manage to apply enough pressure and we got to do whatever we wanted. And the deck has some cool synergies. Weakness, it can't deal with locations that well, and it's going to fall prey to some of these more aggro decks because of our lack of removal early on. Maybe we have to use a magic lamp early on to bounce something. Madam Mim Fox does a decent job, but if we don't have these tools, especially on the draw, we can get into some trouble. But overall, the deck is a lot of fun to play, and when you start getting these Gramma Tala, Mama Odie, Jafar triggers, just so much fun, and Magic Lamp felt powerful. I'll say that. Even with just the Jafar, just Magic Lamp to draw 2 is solid. So maybe maybe we can even build a list without genies, just the Jafars, and play some Flavershams. Or maybe we play like 1 genie, and we have the option of eating the lamp or just using it as a draw 2 by itself, which is fairly decent. And between the lamp and friends on the other side, you almost never run out of cards, which is a nice thing with this deck. So I hope that you've had a great time, that you've enjoyed the deck. Feel free to try it out. It's a lot of fun to get all these combos and synergies running together. Let me know in the comments below, what are your 3 wishes that you'd like to make that are Lorcana related? So if you had to make 3 Lorcana related wishes, what would they be? Again, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, have a nice day, and these are my 3 wishes for the video, and I'll see you next time.